Hello. I figured I'd go live this afternoon, see if anybody had any questions. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Hi, all. It's been a busy couple of weeks since the election, and we've been kind of disrupting our entire lives to make new plans. So I figured I'd give everyone an update. If anybody had questions, you're welcome to ask. Um, you know, if you haven't been following, since the election, we've decided we are leaving the country. We want to be out of the country for the next 4 years at least. We don't want to be in the country under the next administration. So we are, a couple of things are happening. Our daughter is moving back home. She's from Australia, so we're moving back to Australia. Tim and I are just going to be out of the U.S. Um, hey, Nikki. I'm Hey, Auntie. We're doing a bunch of things. Tam and I on January 4th are going to board a Holland America cruise out of Fort Lauderdale, the Zuridam, which is doing its world cruise. So we'll be on another world cruise, though we're not going to do the whole world cruise. We are going to get on in Fort Lauderdale. It goes to the Cayman Islands, it goes to Costa Rica, it goes through the Panama Canal, it goes to Ecuador and Peru, then Easter Island, and then it goes to um, French Polynesia. Oh, thank you, Linda. And then it goes to Tonga, a few other places in the South Pacific before it ends up in Fiji and New Caledonia, and then it goes to Sydney, which is where we get off. So, yep, we're taking another cruise. I will bring you all along on that cruise. It's a 36, 37-day cruise, 38-day cruise from Fort Lauderdale to Sydney. Thank you. I like the green and the red on me. I think this goes really well. We actually ordered a few more of these wigs, and I think two more like this and one maybe a little longer. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Rebecca. Um, Hi, Lisa. Hi, everyone. Tam is here as usual, off camera, but there's a mic in their general direction. So
Oh, thanks for telling me that.
if they decide to say something, you'll probably pick it up. Um, we're ready to leave Florida. We are actually get anxious anytime we leave the house now because the people that are in the area and got emboldened by the fact that Trump won and believe they can do whatever they want, say whatever they want, and kind of just be as um, horrible as they want. We're avoiding them. We don't get out much. We are going. We do occasionally meet some people at restaurants for food, but we try and stay in as much as possible. Um, you're leaving too, Lisa? That's awesome. Hey, Hillary.
Well, it's not awesome.
Well, it's not awesome,
I just hope everyone finds somewhere safe.
but it's good that you're able to take care of yourself and get out of the country because I think it's going to be bad. I wish you could leave Florida too. I've, I'm 62. I've been in Florida most of my life. I moved here in '82, so 42 years of my life I've lived in Florida. Hey, Hillary. So it's hard. I'll say that. But I think maintaining your safety is important of yourself and your family. So that's what we're doing. I moved here in 1982. Yep. So we are cutting ties with the country for now, as much as we can, and we're going to live abroad. We're going to spend a few months in Australia when we get to Sydney. Um, helping our daughter get settled in Australia. Our other daughter lives in Australia. So we're going to spend a few months kind of getting them situated and settled, explore what our options are. Looking at probably going to Thailand, Cambodia, potentially Laos, Vietnam, maybe spending some time in New Zealand, and then some time in Australia, and then back, and just kind of making the circuit in Southeast Asia for the next 4 years or so. So feel very privileged that we're able to do this when so many are not, and they're stuck in the U.S. And I feel horrible for everyone that wants to get out but can't. My advice would be to get your passport updated. Make sure you have a passport. Put a plan together. So our dog is going to go to Australia with our daughter. We've got a company set up. We've got some vet appointments next week. There's a whole process with that. It's like $10,000 to bring a dog to Australia. It takes about 6 or 7, 8 months. They're going to stay with some friends.
Their dog.
Hey, hey, there are their dog sitters. Hey, Beth Ann. Um, I did see they're having the 4-year cruise. That's on Villa V Residencies, and we actually know some people from the Ultimate World Cruise that booked a couple cabins on there before the election. I don't know anyone that booked it afterwards, but it's a really good marketing on their part to market it that way, because they're doing a 3.5-year world cruise anyway, and then they'll start again and go around. So it's a perpetual world cruise.
But
So
that's for people better off than us.
yeah, I mean that's an expensive option. I mean cabins, even for an inside cabin, I mean it's hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we don't have that. So yep, that's what we're going to do, Lisa. We're going to visa hat. I saw that Matt Getz withdrew today. Good. That's who knows where he's going to probably turn up somewhere else again in Trump's administration. But I'm glad
He'll be there somewhere.
he'll be there somewhere. But the dog is about a 6 to 8 month process. We've got that scheduled. There's an organization, Animal Air Movers or something like
It's
that.
our daughter's dog anyway.
Yes, it's our daughter's dog. So the dog is going over to be with our daughter. So we're doing that. The boxes, we've got like 30 boxes of her stuff backed up, and the movers are coming the 6th of December. That's about a 16-week process because they get put onto a shipping container, into a cargo ship, and then it sails a bunch of places to eventually wind up in Australia, in Melbourne, and where they'll be taken off and go through customs and clearance, and then they'll get delivered, actually going to be delivered to a friend of ours' house near Melbourne, and then we'll pick them up from there. So we're trying to sell everything we can. I sold my dad's stamp collection. We've got all my comic book collection, which I know I have comic books. We got them at a place to be evaluated for selling. But we're looking forward to the cruise part. At least once we get out of the U.S., I think there'll be a sigh of relief that we are safe, and we are kind of, can now look forward to what the next part is. Right now, we've got 44 days or something like that. We've got a lot of things to do between now and then. Getting rid of the cars, those kind of stuff, selling things. So yeah, it's going to be busy, but I can look forward to January 4th as we pull out from Fort Lauderdale on the Zura Dam and be able to say, yes, we made it.
And relax.
And relax a little bit and enjoy the 38-day cruise. It's going some places we haven't been before. I mean, we've been to Grand Cayman, Costa Rica. We haven't sailed all the way through the Panama Canal, so I'm looking forward to that. We didn't get to go to Ecuador on the World Cruise because there was some civil unrest, so check that out. We probably will just see, we won't go far in Peru, maybe wander around Lima.
We didn't get to see Lima.
We didn't really get to see Lima last time because we flew in and we didn't feel good because of the altitude sickness. We are going to Easter Island. Easter Island has been on our bucket list for a while. We've always wanted to go see that, so that's exciting.
Are you including yourself in that? Because that's been my bucket list. Was that ever on your bucket
I was on my bucket list. I used to have...
Since when?
Since I was a kid, I used to have Eric Von Dykens In Search of Ancient Astronauts, and they had a big thing on Easter Island, as well as the geoglyphs and stuff that we saw in the Andes, in Chile, and in Peru. We will definitely take you with us. I'm assuming Holland America has the little mappy thing.
You will have. You can do your own mappy thing because you'll have internet.
We'll have internet. We'll come up with a mappy thing. If they don't have it on the TV, if they don't have the map on the TV, I'll give you, my GPS location on the map so you can see where we are. We'll definitely do the mappy thing if we can. So that'll be fun. Yeah, I know, Beth Ann. We'll get to UK eventually, I promise. I don't know when, but we will get there. And then it goes to, after Easter Island, it does French Polynesia. Phuket, it does Moorea. It does another island, I can't remember. It does Tonga, and I think there's another South Pacific island, I can't remember. And then it gets to Fiji and New Caledonia, which we've been to before it gets to Sydney.
Anne's expecting an interactive map now.
What's that?
Anne said, I'm expecting an interactive map now.
Well, we'll try and see what we can get to. Let's try and figure out how we can do it. I definitely will be posting videos on TikTok as well as our YouTube channel, and posting the stuff onto our Instagram and
I will
Facebook.
not have internet, so I will
Yeah.
not. But nobody cares about that.
Tam will not. I signed up for the internet package. Unlike the last World Cruise where everything was included, everything is not included on this one. So we bought internet for me and the laundry package so far, and we'll just kind of buy drinks as we go, because drink package was like $2,000 a person for 38 days, and we really don't need to drink that much, and we hadn't really been drinking that much either towards the end of the World Cruise. So I think if we want to have a drink or two every now and then, that'll be fine. Um, I've never been to Tonga. It's sounds exciting to me. I'm looking forward to going that. Um, let's see. Once we get to Australia, we're going to visit family and friends. We actually have another cruise booked. Our friend on the that were on the World Cruise with us, Kathy and Malcolm, they turned Pinnacle, and they're doing a Pinnacle cruise out of Sydney on Ovation in March. It goes to South Island of New Zealand, pretty much. Does the Sounds and comes up Christchurch and a few of the other places before going to Wellington and then back. It doesn't go to Auckland, unfortunately, so we won't be able to be close to our friend Nadine, but we get to go see a lot of New Zealand.
We can fly, go see her.
We will include New Zealand in some of our visiting stops while we're over there. We definitely want to see Nadine. Hey, from Arizona. How are you managing healthcare when country hopping? That's a good question. I'm looking into that still. There is some international healthcare options that friends of ours on the World Cruise sent me some information on. And so I'm going to look at that, because obviously my U.S. health insurance isn't going to be much good in those. But you can buy kind of traveler or nomad health insurance for some of these countries. And if we're going to be there for, say, 2 or 3 months, you can buy it for 3 months and then, go on. The biggest thing is making sure I get all my prescriptions, and so we'll have to have health insurance to do that. We'll have to have doctor's visits and get prescriptions updated and things like that. So you don't need your cars in Australia. No, but our daughter will have a couple, and we can always borrow some cars, so we can do that. If we want to travel around and see some of Australia. I've seen a lot of Australia, but I haven't been to. There's a lot of places in Western Australia we haven't been. I haven't been to the northern part of Australia, and we haven't seen a lot of southern Australia.
We haven't seen Western Tasmania either. We've seen East.
Yeah, we've been to Eastern Tasmania, but we haven't been to Western Tasmania. There's a lot of places to see over there. I was looking at Airbnb places just to kind of get an idea, and you can easily, for like $1,000 a month, get a place in Thailand. You can get a place in Vietnam and Cambodia that is really comfy for that amount of price. So I don't think we'll have a problem. There were, when you lived in Germany. Okay, well, that's good to know. But I don't know in Southeast Asia we'll have that option. I think because I'm Blue Cross Blue Shield Federal in the U.S., and I don't think it's outside the country. I will have to look. But we've got some options that people have sent us for being nomads. Hey, from Victoria, Australia. Hey, Dee. So we've got that all kind of planned roughly. We don't have detailed dates, but we kind of have time frames. Are you okay with me stopping people in comments? Yeah, I think Tam is doing that too. If you want to do that, Beth, you can. Thank you. You had Blue Cross Blue Shields, but not federal back then. Oh, okay, and it worked in Germany. I think Europe is probably more likely than Southeast Asia, but I will check and see what.
We can get some sort of travel insurance and stuff.
Yeah.
We can get a year's travel insurance at a time.
Yeah.
For emergencies and stuff.
There's some options we're going to look at to do. Would you consider coming to Canada? We've been to a couple places in Canada.
We loved Canada. It was beautiful, but
like Vancouver area, British Columbia is gorgeous. It's just, we're not really big fans of cold weather places. Hey, from the UK. Did you see a conservative account on X took your video of you moving? Yeah. So it showed up on Fox News here in the US, and it actually showed up on Sky News Australia. So yeah, I did take the video down just because of all the hate and stuff, but I did see before that went down that Fox and affiliates got a screenshot of me saying we couldn't live in the country under Trump, and we were putting together a plan to leave for Australia, I think basically is what it said. So come visit. Newfoundland was really nice. We liked that when we went to visit. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, trans people in the U.S. right now are targets, and we just do not feel it's safe to stay here. And fortunately, we have the resources and ability to do that. We're privileged in that, so we've got that ability. So yeah, exciting times. It's been a crazy 3 weeks. It's gonna be a crazy three
Is
more
Beth
weeks.
or not?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, okay.
Yeah. You're now in Victoria, British Columbia. Don't get much snow, more rain. Well, that's good. I mean, it's still even Victoria, Australia, which is where our daughters live, gets cold in the wintertime. Kind of like, the cold days we have in Florida, we get for like a day or two. They get for like 3 months. So I mean, it's not horrible. We can survive it. We'll do okay. But
We won't be there.
yeah, and then in the wintertime, by then we probably will be in Thailand or Vietnam or Laos or Cambodia or somewhere where it definitely is warm. I did look at, we probably won't be in Singapore because Singapore is very expensive. It was also very hot. Beth's like, bye-bye. Yep, thank you, Beth. Hey, Tetley, hey. So we're going to wander around. That's our plan. And things are working. I think we've got everything under control, I think. It's just now it's the waiting time of things that are scheduled to happen for them to happen. And it's just kind of like a little bit of anticipation of waiting of all this stuff. So our granddaughters are coming over in early December. There's some things we want them to have. So we're going to give them opportunity for things. The dog is taken care of. Jordan will be out of here in December. We'll be out of here in January. And I think we're in really good shape. Thank you, Hope. We'll continue to post as I can. I will eventually pick up with my NASA Days stuff too. It's just I haven't been in the right mindset to write a lot of those things, and they take a while of work to kind of get my thoughts and notes all together. But I will definitely continue my NASA Days posts as well. And probably I'll create a playlist of, I don't know what we'll call it, Escaping America, Fleeing, as we get closer.
Fleeing fascism.
Fleeing fascism, that's what the thing will be called. Fleeing fascism. So we will do a kind of a build up a playlist, at least on TikTok, of all the videos we're going to make as we flee fascism and start our new life hopping abroad. So the transition, I don't know. I've got a transition doctor's appointment in December. I'm gonna try and get
Sorry.
Fleeing the F word. I'm gonna try and get not only a refill of my prescriptions, but try and get a 6-month supply maybe to give me a starter pack, and try and do another vacation override with our insurance to kind of leave the country with 6 to 9 months worth of supply, just to kind of so I can figure out my feet and insurance options abroad before I have to get new prescriptions again. So that's my plan. I don't think it should affect my transition too much. I'm on estrogen. I think the doctor is going to up my dosage in December, and so I'll be able to leave the country with an updated dosage. Are you concerned?
We can go to Hawaii.
We could, and if we need to, we can come back to Hawaii. Are you concerned with Elon's interjection to the overall executive branch? Oh yeah, much so. I'm worried about all the civil servants, actually. I'm worried about people in the space industry, not only NASA, but all the other companies that are out there that aren't SpaceX. I'm worried that Elon and Trump are going to basically mandate that SpaceX takes over everything. Why wouldn't they? Because they're crazy like that. So I'm worried about all that. How does quarantine work with your dog? So I don't think we can visit him, but there's 10 days of quarantine once he gets to Australia. And that'll probably be...
We don't know when he's going to get there, so we don't even know if we'll be there.
So there's a 180-day requirement from his last rabies blood test that are going to be done in end of November. So that starts a 180-day clock before he can get his next blood test, and then they will schedule him the 10-day quarantine time in Australia, and then everything works back from that, is what they've been explaining to us. So once they know in that time frame, they'll schedule quarantine, and then they'll work backwards to schedule air flights, and then they'll work back to schedule everything they need to do. Once he's in Australia and in quarantine, they'll let us know, and if we're in Australia, we can come pick him up. Otherwise, our daughter will come and pick him up. So yeah, that's how that's going to happen. Yeah. And I understand that, and I appreciate that you're scared. We're scared too, actually. So
we're scared for people that aren't right-wing Christians.
Yeah. Yeah, we will do Mappy Things Season 2, the next World Cruise, even though we're not on it for the entire World Cruise. That'll be the fun part. By then, this part will be behind us. We'll have everyone, Jordan will be in Australia. We'll be out of the country. We'll have the plans to get the dog out. It'll be with our dog sitters down, and then, he'll be scheduled to come over. And everything will be just kind of, be able to relax and enjoy a 38-day cruise. You're in West Virginia. I wish I could go. Thank you so much. Thank you from Arendelle, Texas. Thank you. Yeah, there's that's Villa V Residencies. We have some friends that are actually boarding it in the spring or winter. They had some other cruises to go but they bought the room. They actually bought 2 rooms. There's some friends of ours that were on the full world cruise. Bought two cabins, and they'll be boarding soon. I think in early part of next year.
Yeah, I think they were doing Christmas and stuff here.
Yeah, I think they were doing Christmas here before they left. Oh, thank you, Detley the kitty cat. Will you do feminization surgery to your face soon? I don't know. I think the estrogen is helping, and I'm using some skincare products. The face stuff will probably be the last stuff I do. I don't
see the need to.
I don't know. I will see how it goes. How was dinner with Mom and Dad? It was fun. We really enjoyed being with Mom and Dad. They're, as you know, they're lovely. We just love them to death. And we feel sad that, we found them, and, we only live about 40 minutes from each other now, and now we're leaving. But they're going to be spending a lot of time in Scotland, closer to you, Beth Ann, so. Oh, thank you, Dave Williams. Yeah, that's what you get on a Bobby and live stream. For some reason, Joe's like, Cruise Mom and Dad were like, we never have to block anyone. I'm like, yeah, that would be so lucky. I take a team of moderators just to kind of get through a live session. I know, I feel we're going to try and see Cruise Mom and Dad one more time before we leave. They're actually, I think, going to Scotland for a little bit, and then they'll be back towards the end of December, and we're going to try and shoehorn in one more visiting. Hey, from Puerto Vallarta. Doug! Hey, Doug! Still following you guys on Facebook. Looks like you're having a good time. Hey, Alyssa.
Same name as our daughter.
That's the same name as our daughter, but I almost thought that was Alyssa, but I think she goes by a different name on TikTok. But that's our daughter's name. Hey, from San Diego.
I don't think Alyssa would put...
Yeah,
big drums.
Yeah, that didn't make sense, but it threw my brain for a second because it's the same name as our daughter. Does this prevent Dimitri from going to MIT? I don't know what that means. Your comments hit an all-time high in 30 days. Yeah, sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. It's still engagement, right? Engagement is engagement, but some of it's hard to read. Just the quantity of it, I think, sometimes
it also makes us sad for the people that we leave behind that are doing that. So
You do have to take the good with the bad. Thank you, DJ. We will definitely be making videos along the way on our way to Australia. That's a Cobra Kai reference. Okay. Thank you. I missed it. We will continue sharing our cruise. The new cruise is going to be 38 days from Fort Lauderdale to Sydney. And we will do daily posting on our next cruise for sure. Hey, Jekka. We just, we actually picked up some stuff from Mark Sebastian when we were in Japan. And we just mailed it to him because we were hoping to see him.
In New York, he was
in New York, he was supposed to visit, and then he's been doing stuff. So we didn't make it to Florida before we were leaving. So we actually mailed him some stuff we picked up for him in Japan last time. Yep, Mappy Thing, Chapter 2. You can book, I think there's some rooms left on Zurdam if you want to book a cruise from Fort Lauderdale. What cruises do they have departing from Australia? There's a bunch.
We just booked one.
We booked one. We booked one on Ovation of the Seas in March that does basically the South Island of New Zealand. Thank you. I like green, and I like with the red wig, too. I think it goes well together. And this headband was a gift from a friend of ours, Reggie, that came on for one of the legs of the Ultimate World Cruise, and she brought it on for me. Is your next cruise Royal? No, the one to Australia is going to be Holland America, just because it was, one that was going. It was a.
We may not enjoy the food either.
Yeah, we've never been on Holland America, so I don't know what to expect. We've done mostly Royal Caribbean, so this will be interesting for us.
Okay, if you don't understand, then you're not a target.
Yeah, well then I should consider yourself privileged that you are not one of the marginalized community that are being targeted. So, but thank you. Do you wear a bikini on the cruise? I have a bikini I'm going to bring with me. It might break the internet if I wear it, so we'll see how that happens. We're going to find a safe spot. That's what we're doing. Most of our family lives in Victoria, so we will be in and about Victoria.
So meeting friends in Sydney too.
We have friends. Most of our family are in Victoria.
And Perth.
What's that?
And Perth.
And we have friends all over Australia. We made a lot of friends on the Ultimate World Cruise, as well as people that we've known. So we have friends on the Gold Coast. We have friends in Sydney. We have friends in Western Australia, all around. So we've got no opportunity to, no limit of people we can't go visit while we're over there. Have we enjoyed cooking yourself? That's mostly a Tam question because I don't really cook.
And I'm more prepared than cook.
Yeah, Tam is more a preparer.
I'm not a cook.
Are you going to see the guy who got on in Australia? I can't remember his name, the comedian. Oh, Christian Hull. Hopefully. We love Christian. I don't know. He's, I think, still doing shows and stuff like that. We're trying to keep our eye out for him. Hopefully we can tag up with him. Also, Chrissy, 50 and Cranky.
She's in Sydney.
She's in Sydney. So hopefully we can meet up with both of them. Have you decided to sell? We're trying to get rid of as much as we can to not have the ties we need back here. So, yep, definitely Chrissy and her friend Joe and Pan Down Danny, if you remember from the cruise. Tam makes eggs every morning with cream cheese, and we did a TikTok video on that when we got back from the cruise. So, I've never sailed Holland America, so we're looking forward to that. Yeah, Pan Down Danny. We love Pan Down Danny. She was awesome.
She just turned 21.
She just turned 21.
Just had her birthday.
She was a baby. Do we think Australia is trans friendly? Most of it is. Victoria is very trans friendly.
New South Wales.
New South Wales.
Queensland, not so.
The only place you'd have problems is Queensland. So, but Queensland is like the Florida of Australia, and I apologize to Queenslanders who are on here that are probably going to get mad with that. But yeah, it is what it is.
All of Australia has laws that stop discrimination against LGBTQ plus AI community.
Yeah, so we're protected by law.
There's still bigots and racists there.
There'll still be people you have to avoid, but it won't be.
It'll be less.
Yeah, so I think it'll be good. Oh, thank you, Jekka. We're leaving on the cruise on January 4th out of Fort Lauderdale.
No, you're not what?
Queensland equals Florida. Florida. Yep. Let's see. So my spouse is Australian, yes.
I'm Australian American at the moment, but I'm not owning that.
Both got Australian and American citizenship. Are you bored? Not really. I'm anxious in anticipation of all
I
this.
think this person is a troll. They keep asking.
Did we sell the yacht? Yes, we did. I'm relieved that we've got that off the books. We sold it probably about a month ago, and we met on a cruise. There's actually our pinned video has a lot of our backstory, and actually CNN did a really good article recently on their chance encounters. So if you go search their CNN chance encounters website, they have a really good article with our whole story of how we met and how we came to be up to date. So here, so thank you. This was a gift from our friend Reggie. Anxious, and I'm in Canada. Yeah, I can imagine. What is it they say? What borders on stupidity? Canada and Mexico? Anyway, yep, it was Voyager of the Seas. Thank you, Tam. So there's just, I think it's more anxiety. You know, I'm not sleeping very well, even though we're getting good night's sleep. I always still feel tired. And I think it's just...
We're stressed.
It's stress over the upcoming, not only what we're doing, but we feel bad for everyone that's going to be here that's part of a marginalized community.
And Palestinians.
And Palestinians and Ukrainians and everything that's just going to be difficult. It is difficult to move to Australia. I mean, I think there's options for me at being a spouse of an Australian citizen. We'll work that out when we get there. Right now, we're just kind of going as tourists around the Southeast Asia for a while till we figure out what...
It takes time.
Yeah, because it takes time, and we want to figure out what we're doing long term. So in the short term, we're going to be touristing around Southeast Asia, but we'll figure out long term where we want to go. See you. I couldn't remember. Didn't catch if that was Becca or Beth Ann, or Jekka or Beth Ann that were leaving. So I guess I'll see you later. Thank you for popping in. It's a big deal moving to a new country.
For you.
For me. I mean, for Tam and our daughter, it's coming home, you know, and they've struggled to find their place in America because it is really so different.
It's a hateful area where we are.
And we're not in a good spot. We're in a very redneck part of Florida. So, yes, we will keep doing all of the videos while we're traveling around either Australia and Southeast Asia. The outfit is giving beautiful poison ivy today. Oh, thank you. Hey, from Oregon. Our dog is really our daughter's dog, and she's moving back to Australia. So we have booked with an agency to bring our dog to Australia. So Oregon welcomes us. If you know, thank you. We appreciate that. We know there's some safe areas. There's safer areas. Hawaii, California, Oregon, probably Washington, Maryland, New York. You know, all the blue states. Oh, thank you, Amanda.
Where is Kim? I missed that.
Kim, get lost. Yeah, there was a...
Oh, got it. Bye, bitch.
Yeah. Florida is a bad place. Between Florida and Texas, I think they're in competition to see who can be the craziest governor.
We know they're coming after Texas. Like, Texas is doing shit that they're going to follow.
Texas has got a $10,000 bounty. If you find someone you suspect as being trans in a bathroom...
So, the person that just said Trump 2024, I hope you get the government you voted for.
And so, it's going to be
and you're gone.
A horrible situation as people are trying to pick up that $10,000 bounty. And, you know, if Texas is doing it, Florida's going to be not too far behind. I think it's already illegal for me to use a woman's restroom in a state building, you know, like the Capitol or a state house or something like that. But I don't know. I find this bathroom stuff just crazy. I have never had an issue. in a woman's restroom, because you go in, they have stalls, you go into the stall, you close the door, lock it, pee, do whatever you're going to do, you come out, you wash your hands, and you leave. It's not a big deal. I don't know why people are making such a big deal out of it. So Texas started in Odessa, but they're expanding it now. It was a few months ago they started this.
And the federal government is going to do it.
Yeah, and you know
they're about doing it in all federal buildings.
Their federal government now under Trump will probably follow suit. So, and it's the same bounty type of law they did with abortion, and they got it to be legal because it's illegal for state people to do it, but if private citizens can, detain you and charge you, then somehow that got around their laws. So it's just kind of crazy. If men who abuse female bathrooms in South Australia, South Australia?
No, it's
sexual assault.
Rape.
Sexual assault. Yeah, I know. And the weird thing is,
those men will still do that.
Men will still do that. It's not about being trans.
They also use churches and schools and houses and
most trans women are on hormones. They're not in the same. It's whether it's bathroom ban or sports bans. If you're on, say, if you were assigned male at birth, but you're a trans woman and you're on estrogen and testosterone blockers, maybe progesterone, and you're on that for any amount of time, you don't have any kind of you don't have a biological advantage in sports, and you also don't have, just to be blunt, you don't have the same functioning as a biological male in that department.
And I'm biologically female, and I could beat the living fucking hurt any male. I can go into a male bathroom and I'm not scared of them. But the difference is, I can literally not care. But you use the bathroom which you're comfortable using, not which you choose to use.
I use the one where I'm comfort, and I'm comfortable using the women's room because that's how I present, and that's who I am. So, they're handing out Bibles in Oklahoma, Trump Bibles. So, it's crazy.
And all around the world, there's so many places that have unisex bathrooms. On planes, you have unisex bathrooms. On trains, you have unisex bathrooms.
Hey, Cam.
You go. You just can't.
Our friend Cam just joined. Hey, Cam. We had a great dinner with him and his fiancée a while back. It was fun. Europe is so far ahead of us uptight people in the U.S. I agree. Oh, thank you, Andy.
Can't trust what type of people? Is that?
I don't know. I'm thinking you're talking about churches and
we'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Thank you. I like this color hair on me, and I like how green looks on me. There are gender-neutral bathrooms in some Minnesota places I've been to. Yeah, and we've seen them in a lot of places. They just have more and more restaurants are having gender-neutral bathrooms. They're just bathrooms, and they're.
I mean, everybody's house is a gender-neutral bathroom.
Right. There bathrooms in our houses unisex. Exactly.
Thank you, Amanda.
Exactly. It's crazy. I just don't get it. But it's talking points. It's causing the story to happen in the media.
And the ones that do it, the ones that think like that, are the men that perpetrate that.
Right.
So those people that say, I don't want you doing that to my child, are probably people like the Republican government official in Indiana that just got done for raping his daughter and has actually just admitted to that. There's literally, they are perpetrating the crime, therefore they see it as an issue.
Right, because it's something they would do. I don't know. It's just insane. And the other thing is all this talk and the news cycle about trans bathroom use and everything is partially also a distraction. It's a distraction from what else are they doing while everyone's talking about a trans woman using a bathroom in the Capitol. What other kind of crazy stuff is going on that people aren't paying attention to because they're talking about trans issues.
And I understand that women are afraid of men because men are disgusting, most of them.
Yeah.
Like the fact is that every woman has a right to be afraid of a man doing bad things to her because 81% of women have had that. Yeah. But that hasn't happened in public restrooms. It hasn't happened with trans women. It happens with dirty, grapey men.
And user whose number ends in 30, my parents are both dead, but they would be proud of me if they were alive.
Where
Thank you
is
for
that?
asking. Yeah, somebody just scrolled off.
Okay.
Um,
Got them. Bye, fucker.
You choose the bear every time. Yep, exactly. And that's where people don't understand.
I know. Men always say they want to protect their wives and their children. Who are they protecting them from?
Yeah.
Other men. Like...
I mean, use the men's room and use the stall. Absolutely. I mean, I could. But, you know...
Okay, you can fuck off, Matt. I don't care.
I feel more comfortable in the women's room because I'm a woman.
Say that. I use the men's room and I use the stall.
Yeah.
Regularly because I don't give a shit. But, you know, go away.
So I think people have this impression that there are other men who are dressing like women specifically to abuse women. I just don't know that if it's happening, it is not a significant thing.
Support?
I don't think there's significant evidence to make that claim.
And the grapey men are not going in and dressing as a woman because they're toxic, misogynistic assholes
right,
that are going to just walk in the restroom. They're not going to dress in a dress to do that shit.
Right, because to them, women are inferior, and they don't want to be to appear like that. So, exactly, Dave's not here, man. Exactly.
Yeah, like literally, the men that are going to do that, they literally don't care who's in the restroom. They will just go in there. They're not concerned about dressing and appearing that way. Like, it's just a stupid... And, like, I wear pants and tops all the time, and I get looked at if I go into a women's bathroom. I get looked at if I go into a men's bathroom. Where the fuck am I meant to go?
Right, because Tam is non-binary and doesn't always dress as
I dress in men's clothes. I wear pants.
Dresses comfortable and generally in men's clothes. So I did hear that Matt Guest just withdrew. That's cool. People do need to chill out. I don't understand it. It's just kind of crazy.
Please answer what question?
Which question, Michael Vincent? I missed it. Sorry. Ask it again. I missed. These things scroll by so quickly sometimes. I'm talking and not reading. So, living in San Francisco, we're supported yet attacked too. Yeah, I get it. San Francisco is probably one of the safer places, but you still are going to have the same issues. So, do I appear as a man to you in the bathroom? I mean, what does that mean? I mean, I get the trauma you had if you were assaulted by a man, and that there's some trauma there, but I don't think I'm the problem.
But trans people aren't the problem. And no trans person is the problem. Right.
We are leaving the country. We're leaving January 4th, Mountain Life.
Yeah, they can go.
I was beat up the other day. Was in the hospital. I'm okay. I'm sorry.
That's happening a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, slow down. You can fuck off.
I'm a 62-year-old trans woman. I'm going to look like a lot of 62-year-old women. A lot of 62-year-old women don't look as feminine as 30-year-old women, right?
A man as well.
So, let's see what else. So, thank you so much. I love the green, and I like the red wig. So we've actually ordered a few more red wigs. So, thank you, Pug. We will definitely share our journey with you. We plan on that, both from our cruise and our travels around Southeast Asia.
Yeah, so, just people being annoying.
Yeah, it's a diversion tactic, Hillary. I agree.
I heard you angry swear, so it's not for me.
Yeah, I'm okay.
So we are not really... we're leaving the U.S., but we're going to wander around Southeast Asia. We'll be in Australia for a while. We'll be in Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos... Probably New Zealand, maybe a few of those South Pacific islands. We'll see. We just don't want to be in the U.S. right now. I'm definitely... Thank you, Dave's not the man. I'm always trying to be my authentic self. More headbands, yep. And then, let's see. It is hard becoming an expat. Healthcare is probably the different. We still got some things to look at. I've got some... people sent us some links to some healthcare options as digital nomads, and so we're going to look at that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, we're going to wait until we see what happens with the country, but we don't want to live in a country under Trump. We don't want to hang. We don't really want to live around people that voted for Trump. We think that's a good idea. So, um, so we've traveled around Southeast Asia on the world cruise, and I did not have an issue anywhere. China, Japan, South Korea, Vietnam. We didn't go to Thailand or Cambodia, but I'm pretty sure Thailand is very trans friendly. Australia, New Zealand, I didn't have an issue at any of those places. I used the women's restroom, Globe Trekker 13. It's not that I don't like America. I love America. I don't like what's going to happen to it under Trump, and I don't like the persecution that's going to happen to everyone, especially marginalized people in marginalized community, by the next administration. And
we don't love America because it's flawed.
America is fundamentally flawed.
It's fundamentally racist and fundamentally misogynistic. They treat people inequitably.
It's basically an oligarchy with racism built into the foundation. So, what did Trump do when he was previously?
Okay, just don't answer her. She's gone.
Yeah.
Bye.
That's a long topic. You could spend years talking about those things.
Okay, you can like Trump. Good luck with your bitchy life.
And everyone who voted for Trump, I hope you get the president you deserve. I mean, I really do.
You do get the president you deserve. Good luck with no Medicare
and
Andy,
no
I
agree.
Security.
I would be concerned, terrified for your daughters. I mean, this is going to be a crazy time.
Okay.
They're coming in strong now.
now.
Got a bunch of Trumpers coming in. So, it is what it is. But what we're trying to say is we've made our decision, and this is what we're doing for our safety, for our sanity, and I hope other people that are in similar situations can find the resources and everything to do that too. Thank you so much, Nancy. We do have each other, so thank you, Hillary.
Who's the reason Trump won?
Yeah, I feel like we both are worried and we should both have this. Yeah, hopefully, I think it's going to be bad. The badness varies, right, from apocalyptic to just really bad. Hopefully it's not as apocalyptic as we expect, but tariffs aren't paid by corporations, right? They're paid by people that buy the products that come from overseas. So everyone's going to be really surprised when A, everything is more expensive, B, they're laid off because companies can't afford to make the products anymore because it costs too much. It's insane. We've already had companies in South Carolina that have told their employees that they can't get Christmas bonuses this year.
Rid of thousands. Everyone is doing that
because they had to buy all their raw material in November and December before the tariffs kick in. So, I agree. Trump protects no one but himself. Yep, and I'm glad Gates is out. I'm curious to see where he winds up.
And I'm just going to put this out there. I saw this comment today. ND put it down, and she goes, Trump is not having a cabinet. He's making a junk drawer. That's
true. And somebody actually suggested that it won't be as bad as possible because Trump is basically hiring idiots. And so, our daughter has made the point, yeah, well, they're probably, if their goal is to destroy the country, then they'll probably do okay. But if they're trying to get actual things accomplished, he's not hiring people that are qualified to do that. So, yeah, it's going to be worse. Let's see those cans. Well, thank you for noticing. So, yeah. Anyway, we wanted to come on a little bit and just talk about what we were doing.
And the fact is the next administration is looking at cutting Medicare, cutting Social Security. Many jobs are going to go. Tariffs are going to be paid by you. You're not going to have anything cheaper or better. The right-wing Christian nationalists are ruining the country for anyone that has humanity and decency. And that is just the way that it is.
Yeah, and I agree with... So if Trump's out, Vance is also a nightmare. I agree, and I think actually Vance is the one that the Heritage Foundation...
It's the Heritage Foundation. Tell people to watch Bad Faith.
Yeah, actually go to... I think it's on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a movie called Bad Faith watch it, and it explains a lot about what's going on in this country right now. We have to lower the prices if we have tariffs. You know, corporations aren't going to lower prices; they're going to make their profits. So that's just how corporations work. Do we think leave? I don't know. I hope so. I hope they don't mess with our structure of, having elections. Hopefully we can still have elections and vote for people to represent us. Hopefully they don't destroy the country that much. But Hillary, yes, if I can figure out how to make Hillary, I can see if I can make you a moderator, Hillary. I did this once before. Let me see.
I hate to tell you people, but they're already talking about getting rid of Medicare and Social Security, and Veterans Affairs. So say what you want, but you're going to find out the truth. How come I can't block that bitch.
I don't remember off the top of my head, Hillary, how to make you a moderator. And
There.
sorry. Settings, dismiss.
Yeah, Department of Education is gone.
I'll make you a moderator next time, Hillary, after this, Hillary. So next time you can, when you're on, you can help block.
All I can say is that people are going to get what they voted for, and unfortunately those people that have good heart and are decent human beings are going to be collateral damage.
Right. I used to think term limits weren't necessarily the right answer because you could just vote them out, but people don't, and so maybe there is something to term limits. So yeah, it's going to be sad. Department of Education, Department of FDA, Environmental Protection Agency, all of them they're just going to be.
You're going to have an anti-vaxxer running stuff. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Hope something went sideways here. Yep. You love the Aussie commentary in the background. Yeah, well, you get that for free. That's a bonus. Daycare mini. I don't think Trump's going to straighten it up, but good luck to you. Hopefully, whatever happens, you're good with that.
Okay, we've given Trump a chance. He already had a chance. There was mass shootings. There was a lot of stuff going on. They tried to kill the ACA. Yeah. They were doing stuff that just was not acceptable. So we can't give them another 4 years. It's not worth our life.
And Ashtray Bula, Trump did promise that he's going to personally end the war in Ukraine, but do you know what that means? Does that mean he's just going to turn it over to give it to Russia? What happens next? Where is Putin going to go after he takes Ukraine? He's going to go into the Baltic countries. He's going to go into Poland. He's going to come into Europe, and that's not going to be fun. So yeah, he'll be able to stop the war, but that's a very short-sighted thing.
Very, very sad for the Ukrainians and the Palestinians.
Yeah, it would be very sad. And he's put in as a ambassador to Israel, somebody who doesn't believe the term Palestine is real. So that's not boding well for Palestinian. So anyway, I don't know. I wouldn't put it past Putin to use nuclear weapons. If you hear a dog barking, that's because Amazon's leaving a package on the front porch, and he likes to go run up to the door and bark. That's Bandit. He kind of woke up and he's like...
He's not getting running up, but he's laying on my leg. And
he's kind of laying on the... He's kind of phoning it in today. He's kind of like lying on Tam's leg, just barking. He's like, hey, there's somebody at the door. Yeah, the checks and balances are gone. I don't know. It's crazy. I can't take it anymore. We've got to get out of the country. It's just...
Our daughter and I have been told numerous times to go back to where we come from. So you know what? We can. America has not been welcoming. There is some beautiful Americans and some great people here, and I will miss them, and I'm scared for them.
Yeah.
But we can't put our lives on the line when majority of this country are brainwashed and stupid to actually put in a fascist dictator into power.
Okay, sorry, Ashtray Boa. I thought you were being serious on there, not really. You're being satirical. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Okay, I will block if you mention Trump. I will probably block you because I have a Trump trigger finger.
Our daughter is moving back to Australia. She is leaving before us. She's leaving in December.
She's going early December.
Yeah. I am looking forward to the next cruise. We've never done Holland America, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like. This has become life and death issue for women and children bearing age. Absolutely.
Well, our
A lot of
daughter
my-
is also, she's young, she's an immigrant, she's female, and she's part of the LBGT community. So
Right.
she is also a target.
She's target of all that. And so anyway, I will, Flamingo Lady, you think we'll like Holland America? Well, that's good. I'm looking forward to it. We've never been on Holland America, so I'm kind of excited to see. There probably will be older crowds, and because it's a 38-day cruise, I'm sure there'll be very little children on board. So they don't care about Ukraine
I
or
don't
Palestine.
care. Look, you know what's not fair? What's not fair is you people voted in Trump, so you're gone. Don't care.
We will definitely keep you as we go take this journey further, and we do our cruise
Okay.
in Southeast Asia. We will definitely keep sharing our adventures. So
Bye, Patty.
anyway, we just wanted to come on for a little bit and kind of get an update and answer questions. So we probably will call this live, and we'll go live again in the near future and see how things are going. Sean of the Seas is on a 2-week Holland America cruise at the moment. Oh, cool. I didn't understand what they were saying, but
What was that?
somebody said we're like Biden and Kamala. We won't mention her name either. I didn't understand who that was, but have a good day. Thanks for the update. No problem.
So Brianna can fuck off too.
That's okay.
Fuck off.
We will come live again in the future and give you our updates as we get closer to leaving and departure. And then obviously when we're on the cruise, we will do lives and post our videos. So I hope you all have a great day, and we will look forward to talking to y'all later. And thank you for popping in and saying hi and just seeing what we're doing here. So we'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.